What if the world ran out of fresh water? Fresh water feels endless. You turn a handle, water flows. You take a shower. You rinse dishes. You fill a glass without hesitation. Rivers cut through cities. Rain falls from the sky. Lakes stretch past the horizon. It feels impossible to imagine a world without it. And yet, fresh water makes up less than 1% of all the water on Earth. Everything else is salt water, frozen ice, or locked deep underground. That tiny fraction keeps civilization alive. So what happens when it starts to disappear? Here's the part most people don't realize. The real crisis doesn't begin when the water is gone. It begins when there's still just enough left for people to believe the problem is temporary. Because that belief delays action. And delay is what turns scarcity into collapse. At first, nothing dramatic happens. Water pressure drops slightly in certain neighborhoods. Cities announce conservation measures. Shorter showers, no watering lawns, car washes shut down. Most people comply. Droughts happen. Restrictions come and go. This feels familiar, normal. But the reservoirs keep dropping, month after month. Snowpacks fail to rebuild during winter. Spring runoff is weaker than expected. Rivers that once powered cities slow into shallow channels. Satellite images show lakes retreating from their shorelines, exposing cracked earth that hasn't seen sunlight in decades. Governments reassure the public. Emergency plans are announced. Desalination projects, pipeline expansions, water recycling systems. But behind the scenes, the numbers don't add up. Before we go any further, if you enjoy slow burn, cinematic science documentaries like this, take a moment to like this video. It helps Curiosity Now reach more curious minds. And if you want more deep what-if scenarios like this, subscribe to Curiosity Now and turn on notifications. Sharing this video helps these stories reach people who love big questions. As water scarcity deepens, cities feel it first. Urban life depends on complex systems: reservoirs, pumping stations, treatment plants, distribution networks. When water levels drop below critical thresholds, pressure fails. Entire apartment buildings lose service for hours at a time, then days, then permanently. Water trucking begins. Tankers arrive at distribution points under police supervision. People line up with containers. At first, the lines are orderly. Then they get longer. Tempers rise. Arguments break out. Security presence increases. Something as basic as clean water now requires time, planning, and luck. Hospitals are among the first institutions to suffer. Sterilization requires enormous amounts of water. Dialysis machines rely on ultra-purified supply. Surgical equipment must be constantly cleaned. As water access becomes unreliable, hospitals begin postponing procedures, then canceling them, then rationing care. Modern medicine collapses faster than most people expect. Agriculture is hit even harder. Farms consume far more fresh water than cities. When irrigation systems fail, crops wither in weeks. Entire harvests are lost. Food prices rise quietly at first. Then suddenly, staples disappear from shelves. Rice, wheat, corn. Hunger spreads long before panic does. Rural communities feel the impact next. Wells run dry. Aquifers collapse from over-extraction. Unlike rivers, groundwater does not quickly return. Some aquifers take thousands of years to replenish. When they're gone, they're effectively gone forever. Families abandon land their ancestors farmed for generations. A new kind of refugee emerges, not from war, not from storms, from thirst. As scarcity intensifies, water becomes political. Rivers crossing borders turn into leverage. Nations upstream control the flow. Dams are fortified. Treaties unravel. Diplomacy weakens. Water replaces oil as the most valuable resource on Earth. Wars don't begin with explosions. They begin with valves quietly closing. Industry starts to shut down. Power plants require water for cooling. Factories rely on water for manufacturing. Without it, electricity becomes unstable. Rolling blackouts spread. Economic output collapses. Unemployment skyrockets. Supply chains fracture under the strain. At the household level, daily life changes completely. Bathing becomes rare. Laundry piles up. Sanitation systems fail. Wastewater backs up into streets. Disease spreads rapidly in dense populations. Cholera, dysentery. Waterborne illnesses once thought eradicated return with force. Social order begins to fray. Water theft increases. Private security firms guard wells and delivery routes. Black markets emerge. Inequality deepens sharply. Those who can pay survive longer. Those who cannot, don't. Desalination expands aggressively. Massive plants rise along coastlines. But desalination is not a miracle. It requires enormous amounts of energy. Infrastructure takes years to build, and it only benefits coastal regions. Inland cities are left behind. Governments begin restructuring around water access. Cities shrink. Populations migrate toward lakes, rivers, and coastlines. Borders tighten. Citizenship becomes less important than proximity to water. Civilization reorganizes itself around survival. Over time, humanity adapts. Smaller populations, stricter rationing, tightly controlled distribution. Water rights become more valuable than land ownership. Innovation focuses not on comfort, but efficiency. This is not extinction. Humanity survives. But the world becomes harsher, more divided, less forgiving. A place where survival depends on access, not ambition. And here's the most unsettling truth. This scenario isn't science fiction. Freshwater scarcity is already happening. The only unknown is how far it goes before adaptation turns into desperation. If this episode made you think differently about something as simple as turning on a tap, consider sharing this video with someone who might too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Curiosity Now. Because the future isn't shaped by sudden disasters, but by slow ones we ignore for too long. Fresh water doesn't disappear all at once. It vanishes quietly, drop by drop by drop.